Of course, I found our favorite, my fellow Canadian, Andy Anderson. So that was really exciting. I definitely saw him. I caught his energy.
Welcome to the MJ7 podcast, where we dive into the world of remote viewing. With refined techniques from past agency, military, and institute programs, our team uses extrasensory perception to go beyond the five senses. Join us to explore fascinating data, our favorite projects, expand our consciousness, and inspire you to tap into your own sensory potential.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the MJ7 podcast. Tonight, we have a really fun and exciting target for you of present-day Venice Beach. This triple-blind project was eventually revealed to the MJ7 team. So get ready to have some fun with us and check out project details here.
Morning. How you guys doing this morning?
All righty. After a coffee.
All right. Coffee's good. All righty. We will go ahead and start with Matthew.
All right, got some
All right,
interesting stuff this time around, I think. The first thing that's significant is, as you can see there was a woman going into a mail van or going into or coming out of a mail van and was carrying a package, which we talked about, you can see there quite often. Then there was this violet light. Saw this violet light kind of different than I've seen in other views where it's more of an energetic light. These were kind of like laser beam sort of lights, and there was a room lit up with it. I wrote violet flower. So yeah, something with this violet light. Then there was, I got this vision of these mannequins and clothing racks. I get the feeling of a department store, but we talked about after the target was revealed that you could see that right there from the boardwalk or wherever, these mannequins and clothing shops everywhere. So that stuck out. Then I got this sound of a woman's voice saying, "We'll never make it in time." Didn't know what that meant, but maybe it's pertaining to someone that was going there for an event or something. After that, there was a flatbed truck delivering like timber of some kind that I drew. That could be maybe significant. We had a break then, and after that I got a couple things. A few things I don't really know. I don't think they were significant, like you can see pine trees in the snow. I don't know where that came from. Pastures and farm acres. I did get this interesting crest there with roses on each end, and at first I wasn't sure what it was, and then it dawned on me that I've seen that on that whiskey bottle before. So maybe somebody had something like that there. After that, there was this vivid image of this bicycle race, all kinds of people wearing these colorful outfits, these like cycling outfits, and they were, zooming down like down the street like a bike race. And like we talked about, that's something you see there quite often. Final thing, there was a guy wearing furs. I don't know, I don't know what that is exactly, but yeah, that was pretty much the gist of my remote view this time around.
You know what's funny? A guy with fur. It's Venice Beach. So I guarantee you there's a guy walking down that boardwalk with a fur coat on. Thank you very much, Matthew. That is awesome. All right, Susan, you are up next.
Well, this one was exciting for everybody, and so I'd like to share the things that I had. First of all, I had a shoe on a platform which now knowing there is a skating rink there, that is what I was seeing in our remote viewing. Then I saw this tower with like shades on it or shapes. And I do believe there's a blue structure like that right there at Venice Beach. The next thing could be something pertaining to the skating rink, or there is a structure there by some workout equipment where people are working out. So that, I think it was more likely the structure at the gym. The other one seems like lots of roofs or some kind of design. Then I did see this angel looking thing. It could have been a bird, but I think it's more of an angel because it had like wings. The next one I'm not sure about. It could have been like a well. Then I have this, which I believe is a pier or a jetty at the beach with has little trees on the end. There are palm trees, of course, in the area, which is awesome. Next thing I'd like to share would be the man on a surfboard, and we do know there's lots of surfers there. It's a beautiful beach. Got the numbers 1818. I'm not, to be honest, sure what that is. Then I had this either dog or sphinx looking drawing. And then I had a feeling of people in a train or a bus. So I think they do transport people around in buses or trains around the area. Also had this shape, which I think could be a roof, or I'm not quite sure. Got a feeling of a tunnel. And then also got that shape, which I often get, which I'm not sure what it is, could be roofs. I got like an electric kind of I don't know what that is, some kind of energy. Then I also got a mosquito or some kind of bug. I don't know if there's any bugs native to California that have those kind of big wings. I got a crown-looking object, and then I got a leaf, which could represent, I don't know, marijuana leaf, or maybe looks more like a palm tree leaf. And so that was it.
All right. Thank you so much. That's pretty cool. You got the surfer. And I wonder if the angel could represent Los Angeles, because Venice Beach is in that Los Angeles area.
Of course.
I was just thinking about.
Yes.
I have something also. The down below, that thing looks like a bike rack to me. Other way.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Looks like a bike rack.
Totally.
Ah, thank you, Kat.
I mean, the well could just be a visualization of the skate park because it goes down.
Yeah.
Also, with Matthew's view of the truck with like the construction truck, there could be a house getting renovated off the boardwalk or something.
Yeah, or they're like building a ramp or a stage. I think when we looked the next day, they were building a stage. I think there was like a Red Bull event or something like that going on.
Yes. So Kat, did you mean the one at the bottom underneath the surfer? Looked like a.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
That
oh, thank you very much. Appreciate you seeing that for me.
That's a bike rack.
totally a bike.
At least it is now.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Susan. That was fantastic. All right, Stacy, you are up next.
Okay. If you go to the top center, the first thing I saw was a light and a pole. I could tell it was very foggy. And after we viewed it, after we did this, and then we actually looked at the webcam, that's really exactly what it looked like, because it was so foggy. All you could see is the light, not the details of the light fixture and the pole. So I thought that was kind of cool seeing like, live action of the area. And then if we go to the left top, there's an aerial view of a top of an umbrella. And what's interesting about this target is we often have the Venice Beach webcam on our TV just as, background in the background. And so I gravitated towards what's located right in that area of what the webcam sees. And I believe that could be one of the umbrellas outside of Charlie's sandwich shop. And then if we continue kind of top center, just below the light pole, you see those buildings, like a short building to the left, and then tall, and then 3 short buildings. That is actually the buildings. The tall building is the Venice Beach Hotel, and you can see a little bit to the right, I drew a circle with a light. So I saw the webcam, and so that's what that is. And then if you continue to the left a little bit down, I attempted to draw the webcam. I don't think it looks like that, but you just get these flashes. So I tried to capture what I could of that. And then again, a little bit to the right, you see another top of an umbrella. And then I started drawing the buildings, and the buildings along the boardwalk are long, they're narrow, they're all squished together. So I have a kind of one view in the center, and then a little bit to the right, you see the buildings with the arches. And those are actually shops to the, just to the side of the webcam or the hotel. And then if you, again, just go all the way to the left, the bottom, that pretty much matches the restrooms that are right there in between the boardwalk and the skate park. And then I also saw a delivery truck because they're in and out of there all day, delivering merchandise. And then at the end of this session, if you could go to the right a little bit, I started trying to interpret the skate park. It has a ridge and it goes down. So that was the first session. And then if you switch to page 2, dropping in again, top left, I think you had asked, how do you feel? And I had an elevated heart rate, which would make sense if you are at the skate park or even the roller rink right next to it. I also saw an angel that could represent Los Angeles or something else. And then I saw a fence. And when I looked closer, I had an aerial view of a beach house. I saw the house, the narrow side yard, and the fence. But this is where we have to be careful to just receive and don't interpret. Because earlier that week I had watched a walking tour of Thailand where there was monkeys, because I like to see the monkeys. And so immediately I put a thatched roof on the house because I knew, oh, this is a beach house. So there's no thatched roof, and we'll show you an image of the house that I viewed right off the boardwalk. And then similarly, if you go a little bit to the right, I saw a building that had a ridge, and there is a building there with a ridge, but then I turned it into a farm. So then all of a sudden now I see cows grazing. So the building is there, the cows are not. Continuing on, I have an interest in just the real estate there. I mean, when we go there, I just look at all the shops and all of the houses. So it would make sense I would continually draw all the long, narrow buildings along the boardwalk. And then this is something cool. So just see the X that says something in the center. Oh no, sorry. Go over to the right, kind of middle right. There we go. Yes. So when I drop in, I often see an X, and Susan sees this too. And I used to think that meant the target's a building, because, that's kind of what a roof looks like. But now I'm almost thinking the X is saying, hey, you're dropped in. You're good to go now. And it showed there's something in the center. So then if you go to the bottom left, now I'm finally at the actual target, which is the skate park. And I just started trying to interpret, okay, so it's, circular, it goes down. And then I described it as a big circular opening and earthy. And we know it's made of concrete. And it would make sense I would draw the bowl part of the park, because if Briggs and I, when we go to Venice and he goes to the skate park, the first thing he's going to do is grind that bowl. So it makes sense I would draw the bowl. And then the last thing, another thing on the Venice Beach webcam is Charlie's Sandwich Shop. And I had like an angular view of inside, but still aerial. And it was either a coffee maker or a blender that I saw in there. And those are the highlights. I'm not sure what that is, that other image there.
All right. Thank you so much, Stacy. That's fantastic.
Well, I got a little actually on this task, and it started with the face from a profile. Was like a feeling of a bronze statue. So it was a statue. I don't know if there are any statues or bronze statues in Venice or a museum or anything like that. That's what it showed up. Then there was a face of like a Native American face. Could not distinguish if it was male or female. Had a split chin at the bottom there, and something was covering the image, so I could see it partially. Possibly some artist from Venice there, that had an artsy feeling face. Then there's like a cat play toy with a thread and paper oscillating and jumping. Maybe something that could be in on the beach there, setting similar with that. I wasn't able to locate that. Then I had like a half face that I saw. Just that face showed up. Probably somebody there, one of the bystanders. Then I had that. I saw a white disc taking altitude and emitting white translucent light. Then I had a feeling that I could get more of that, so I just sat with it and came back to that image, and then it showed like a crystal UFO with an intricate design, maybe like an eclectic light from the place, unless ETs are surveying the areas for entertainment purposes. And just a small part of a face. I saw just that part of the eye at the bottom left there. That's pretty much, I got very little on this task somehow.
Thank you so much, Gianni. That was great.
You're welcome.
And now we're going to go to our closer. I can't wait to hear this remote view. There's something really cool in this one. So Kat, you are up next.
Thank you. Yeah, this was probably my favorite view that we've done. So when we first dropped in, what I often do is just put pen to paper and I'll start drawing. So I don't know what I'm going to draw, just something comes out of it. And in this case, I had a lot of energy around in the area. I had the ground, and then I definitely knew that there was something curved in the ground, and there was tons of energy coming out of that space. And then I drew a structure which I wondered at first was a school house, and then I crossed it out, but I think I was picking up like youthful energy. So I think that's where I was going with that one. We did check in on the webcam, so the weather was stormy, raining, and quite likely lightning. Maybe there was a meteor going up overhead, but it was definitely a dark sky. Then I'm going to save the best to last there. I got a pitchfork or a rake, and there are rakes in the area. People use them to look for shells or shark's teeth. So that, I got Algiers. I have no idea what that means, if there's some kind of connection there, but I smelled bread baking, so that's certainly a possibility. I got some numbers, which I don't know if they're related in any way. I felt adrenaline and screaming, which of course is definitely a connection. Again, I started drawing, and those buildings that I drew look almost just like buildings that Stacy drew, but then I also interpreted it as a vehicle, and then I said a tank or a Hummer. So certainly like Red Bull and all of these places use Hummers as promo sort of vehicles. I got a baseball and a racket, so sports in the area. I saw lots of blinking lights. And then, so when we first started meditating, I had the image of Raggedy Ann, and then with Raggedy Ann, I saw Raggedy Andy very clearly. I was like, that's weird. That can't be that's not going to be part of this remote view. So I just discarded it. And then later on, so we're near the end of the view, Andy came back super strong, like he was just there. And I was like, okay, I get it. Andy's important. So I wrote it down as a curly red-haired male. I got the sense that a child or youthful energy, Raggedy Andy. Then when we were debriefing, we were just like, oh yeah, that's kind of weird. Nobody really could make any connections, but I knew this was a very strong connection. So I went and did some research, and of course I found our favorite, my fellow Canadian, Andy Anderson. So that was really exciting. I definitely saw him, I caught his energy, and yeah, so that was my view. Very exciting.
What a great way to close, Kat. That was fantastic. We also have our seventh member with us, Chris. Unfortunately, Chris wasn't able to view with us on this project, but Chris, do you have any insight on this one after we did the debrief?
Yeah, so I was just kind of taking notes in real time, and I found a couple of interesting things that may be of interest. First, I want to say that usually when we do these remote views, everybody tends to get similar imagery relating to the location. So this one was really interesting because there was a lot of same things that everybody saw, and what I liked was what seemed to me to be the imagery of the skate bowls that a few people got. I mean, that's a pretty interesting, specific thing to view, right? The Sphinx. We always see a lot of Egyptian imagery, but there's a Sphinx Security Services that's right there on Venice Beach. Found. And then I think Susan saw that, and she also had like a spiral shape. And my mind instantly goes to like aerial view geography, right? And just looking at that area, there's a spiral shaped building. It's a rec center, and that is the police substation. And then Gianni, this is a really interesting one. Gianni saw what he believed to be this bronze statue. And there is a beloved statue named Sophia. And it is of a girl, and she has her hand up like this. And it was vandalized in May of 2023, but it resembles Gianni's imagery. That
Amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool. But that's really all I had time. I was trying to research why everybody was talking.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Significant was the Sophia statue, because if you look at that in Gianni's drawing, it looks like hair, but it's her arm.
Wow.
She's turned like this.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, if that's the right image,
that was incredible. I love Venice Beach, and I can't wait to try to contact Andy Anderson on this one. And that's true, Kat. He is Canadian.
I know. From White Rock, BC.
That's right. That's right.
Take 3.
Thank you very much for joining us on this latest episode of the MJ7 podcast. We hope to see you next time.
MJ7 uses a triple-blind method for integrity. A team member picks a coded project from a database unknown to all. The tasker, blind to the project, instructs MJ7 to describe or draw based on the code, testing MJ7's psychic abilities in their purest and honest form. Thank you for joining us. Did you spot something in our remote viewing sketches that we missed? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Remember, keep questioning, keep learning, and we'll see you next time.